if I went to visit them, there was no argument. It was done. It was a done deal. You go visit your grandparents, you're going to church on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
No ifs and buts about it. You got up and went to church. And my mom would take me to church, whenever she wanted to. But my grandparents, I got the most experience out of going to church. The most. And I can remember this one time, we went to a gospel concert. And in the middle of the concert, there was this lady. She had like a boa constrictor or, snake wrapped around her neck and on her shoulders. I remember she was holding it like this, running up and down the aisles, Scared me half to death. I've never been in one of those kind of churches before, right?
That's it.
I mean, I remember I crawled up under the pews, back when they had the pews. Some churches still do, but we had chairs, but they had the pews then. I remember I crawled up underneath the pews and crying. And Papa said, "It's okay." I said, "No, I'm going to get out of here," right? And, and I remember I always asked every time they want to go back, "Is the lady with the snake going to be there?" "No, it ain't going to be there." But this is the experiences that I had growing up as going to church. And as I got older, I can remember being a teenager, never really went back to church. Went my own way, doing my own life, as most of us all do. And as life continued, I remember meeting what would be my first wife. And we planned everything out. I had a big wedding, everything was good for the first 4 years. Everything was good for the first 4 years. Could not complain. But the last 5 years was like a living hell, if I can be honest with you. This is where I began to lose control of who I was as a person. The woman that I thought that I loved, thought that I married, thought that I would go to a drugstore and buy a 50-year anniversary card for, had a strong hold on my life. So much so that she would tell me what to wear. If I tried to pick something out in the store to buy, it was wrong in her eyes, and she would tell me what to buy. Even so much so, she told me to grow my hair out, and I did that. I used to have long hair down to here because she was trying to make me in the image of what she wanted, not what I wanted. But I did all that because I was trying to keep the marriage together. I thought if I didn't follow that, I didn't do what she wanted me to do, then we would probably end up in divorce. So that stronghold was there, and it went along for quite a while. And the table started really to turn when she came home one evening. I had dinner ready, because I always cook dinner, because she got home later than I did. And I can remember her telling me, "I love you," what she told me, "I love you Monday through Thursday, but Friday through Sunday, I'm in love with another man." That's what my wife at the time told me. And can you imagine the heartbreak? But there was still that stronghold there, where I had to, and my mindset had to come to a conclusion where I was okay with it. But I really wasn't. It came to a point that it came so strong that I would actually let her go out for the weekend alone, knowing where she was going, and me being at home alone. but I allowed it to happen because I felt weak inside. I didn't know anything any better. But I can't remember calling the pastor that married us. And I told him the situation. And he told me, he said, because you see, before I tell you that, you see, the man that my wife at the time told me that she was in love with was actually a musician, a singer, right? So I told the pastor that married us, I told him the situation, and he told me, he said, you know, a lot of women will go to concerts, and he used the example of Bon Jovi concert. I can remember it. He said a lot of women will go to concerts like that, and they'll say, man, I love Bon Jovi, or I love that artist, or I love that, you know. They fall in love with it, and they come back to their husbands. And he told me that was probably what was happening. But there was more to that. I don't think he quite understand what I was trying to tell him. But that was the analogy he gave me. And he told me to pray about it, and it'd be okay. But I can remember it got so bad that it come to a point where my wife at the time quit her job and expected me to even provide for everything.